Welcome to the Care for Kupuna podcast, where we dive into health, wellness, and vibrant living of our cherished kupunas. We are thrilled to take you on a journey exploring everything from health and wellness tips, deeply rooted in the spirit of Hawaii, to navigating the intricacies of retirement, preserving our rich culture heritage, and fostering vibrant communities for our elders.
Whether you're a kupuna yourself, a family member, a dedicated caregiver, or simply someone passionate about supporting and uplifting our elders, this podcast is for you. Each episode is crafted with love and the intention to inspire, inform, and celebrate the golden years. So sit back, relax, and join us on this meaningful journey as we care for our kupuna.
Aloha and welcome to another episode of Care for Kupuna, where we care for our kupuna. I'm Lani.
And I'm Trina.
And we are your kupuna care girls. Today we're going to talk about 10 ways to happy retirement, according to an article published on AARP. I don't want you guys to think that this is what we came up with, but I thought it was interesting. So I'll start off. There are 10. So the first one is be a saver and not a spender. I kind of tripped up on my words because I'm such a spender, but
I don't know about that.
But they say it's much easier to spend money than to save it. But the gratification you'll enjoy in retirement by having enough of it is a strong argument to have plenty through your retirement years, your working years. So the key is to starting to save as early as possible. Of course, especially in Hawaii, not everyone can save. Some are working well after retirement age, and some are even working 2 to 3 jobs to make ends meet. So, but if you can, set some money aside, pay off your mortgage if you can. Who wouldn't be happy, right? If your mortgage is all paid off, having retirement money, to go traveling or do the things that you normally wouldn't do for yourself. And they also suggest that, have retirement money come from a mix of sources such as your Social Security, pension. Some have rental income, investment income, and perhaps a part-time work that's fun for you. So save that hard-earned money to enjoy your retirement.
Yes. Tip 2 is have a bunch of interests. Instead of sitting on the couch and watching reruns of Fantasy Island, which will not end up being a fantasy retirement,
Yeah.
The happiest retirees are known to be well-traveled, they play, they explore, they wholeheartedly engage in 3 or more hobbies on a regular basis. So, the biggest thing right now is pickleball. We have people who do softball, people who join hula, ukulele, they just are very in tune with their community. They go to like the senior centers to get involved and even just to socialize rather than just sitting at home watching reruns. Curiosity may have killed the cat, but the lack of curiosity will kill the happy retiree. So keep that in mind.
That's a good one. Number 3, establish satisfying daily routines. So few things are more important to be to a happy retirement than creating daily routines and ultimately sticking with them. So figuring out the right routines that bring you pleasure can take time. Most retirees may have to experiment quite a bit and accept the fact that it can take a while to figure out which routine works best for them and which don't. Retirement is a major transition that changes your roles. So your routines, your relationships, your assumptions about yourself and the world, it takes time. So the key is to be patient. You may struggle to find your path and, to develop a new set of routines, but patience is key.
Yes. Number 4 is keep close to your kids, but not too close. The happiness level of most retirees skyrockets when they live near at least 1 and preferably 2 of their adult children. But don't get this confused with them depending on you financially. You already did your part. You raised them. They need to fend for themselves. They need to support their own lifestyle and their choices, get a job, work. Don't be looking at you for some financial, support there. And, they actually have a study that shows that parents who spend money and support their children in their adult years actually are less happy in their retirement years. So kids, get off them.
I'm thinking about your kids, Trina. Who's the... No, let's not go there. Number 5, create a new identity that has nothing to do with work. So for most of our lives, our work is our identity. And once we retire, that is gone. But that work identity becomes a distorted self-image once you retire. It's critical to find a new overarching purpose. Some retirees start writing a book that they've always wanted to do, or even take up on art, painting. Trina mentioned hula, to explore that creative side. And unlike during your working years, your identity is now based on your creativity and peace of mind, something that's going to help you relax and enjoy the rest of your life.
Yes, that is a good one. Number 6 is connect with friends. Connection is key. Having lots of friends in your retirement cannot be overstated. People with lots of good friends tend to not only be happier, but also live longer. But don't limit friendships to just workplace friends, because of course, that's just a season of your life. After work, normally you don't really keep in touch with them. You don't have that commonality anymore. So it's important to find friendships that branch out other than work, find common interests. Men tend to have a tougher time in this area. No shock there. Than women. Women find friendship a lot easier to come by versus men, but it's still critical for them to find those friendships in their retirement years. Happy retirement requires friends of different ages, especially they do require you to have friends younger, if possible, from different walks of life. It just helps you stay younger, hang out with those younger. You're welcome.
Yeah. That's why I hang out with Trina. She keeps me. When we retire, we're going to go travel. We already started our retirement.
Yeah.
Number 7, try new things. Consistently staying within your comfort zone can lead to lack of initiative and lethargy in retirement. Some may want to move to another state or city, and this will definitely may require you to not only try new things, but to also reach out to meet new people. So that's definitely going to, force you to do that. They don't suggest that you move the same year as your retirement, but the article does state that sticking your toes in unfamiliar waters during retirement and seeing how new things feel can add to to you enjoying your retirement years.
That sounds like an adventure. I would do that.
Yeah.
Number 8 is invest for income, not for growth. So one thing that retirement should absolutely not be is the time for uncertain income. That will certainly bring anxiety and discomfort in retirement if you haven't properly prepared. So of course, this requires pre-planning, either doing it yourself or having a financial advisor or a fiduciary to update your investments, investment plans and needs. Think of retirement as a time to live off of the well-earned dividends and not the time to focus on expanding your portfolio.
Mm-hmm. Number 9, take your health seriously. And, in the past, we've had several podcast episodes about talking about, taking care of your health. And so this one definitely, again, reiterating to take your health seriously. Typically, the happiest retirees also are among the healthiest retirees. They are often the ones who move or exercise. While you can't do a lot about genetics, you can still take simple and regular actions to take care of your body. It's not about dieting. We don't want to say, okay, limit the sugar, whatever, but it's still important. But it's about paying attention to what you eat. It's not about suddenly becoming a gym rat, but it's also finding the time to exercise, such as walking, biking, or even swimming. Since we live in Hawaii, we have the beaches around us.
Yeah, definitely. And rounding off to number 10, don't penny pinch. Retirement should not be a time of extravagance. It's most definitely should not be a time of serious penny pinching. Instead of retirement is the time to master the middle portion. A little bit of splendor, you may dine out every now and then in a nice fancy restaurant. But you may not do it every single night. And you may not be first class when you go on trips, but business class, you might have racked up enough points. But definitely don't deny yourself the simple pleasures like a Starbucks latte. Retirement shouldn't be about penny pinching. I know in Hawaii, it's very difficult for us to say that and to live it. But if you do plan it accordingly, you can live this lifestyle, may not be every month on another trip, but I mean, a simple big trip once a year is nice. So we only live once, so don't regret it. Don't wait till the end when you can't do it. And it's the shoulda, coulda, wouldas.
100%.
Yeah. And so I have a joke today, and that is, what do you call someone who loves Mondays?
Mondays?
Mm-hmm. They're retired. Well, subscribe, listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, follow us on social media, and where aloha meets wisdom, one podcast at a time. Until next week, ahoy ho.
Ahoy ho. Mahalo for joining us on this episode of Care for Kupuna, where we explore health, wellness, and vibrant living for our cherished kupunas. We hope you found inspiration and valuable insights.
Remember, your support can make a difference. 20% of all proceeds from our podcast go to a nonprofit organization here in Hawaii dedicated to helping seniors in our community. If you'd like to contribute, visit our website at www.carewithak4kupuna.com and make a donation.
Are you a brand or business looking to align with our mission? Consider sponsoring our podcast. Visit our website for more information on sponsorship opportunities.
For those with stories to share, we invite you to be a guest speaker on our podcast. Head over to our website to express your interest and become part of the conversation.
Last but not least, stay connected with us by subscribing to our email list and following us on social media at Care for Kupuna with a K. Join the Care for Kupuna community to stay updated on all things related to health, culture, and creating vibrant communities for our elders.
We appreciate your time and look forward to welcoming you back on the next episode of Care for Kupuna.